Deep in the heart of West Africa flows an absolutely massive and terrifying dark river. Most ancient empires violently conquered their massive enemies using heavy cavalry and sharp iron swords. But one ruthless African tyrant built an absolutely invincible military machine on the roaring water. His truly terrifying name was Sunni Ali Ber, the undisputed founder of the Songhai Empire. He completely revolutionized ancient African warfare by weaponizing the mighty Niger River for absolute conquest. While rival kings desperately marched across burning sands, he commanded a massive, terrifying war fleet. Hundreds of heavily armored wooden war canoes constantly patrolled the dark waters like hungry predators. His highly disciplined river navy constantly launched incredibly rapid, devastating amphibious assaults against wealthy cities. The incredibly rich ancient trading hub of Timbuktu arrogantly believed their massive walls were impenetrable. Sunni Ali Ber brutally shattered that arrogant illusion, striking with the terrifying speed of lightning. His fierce amphibious warriors poured violently from the dark river craft, completely overwhelming the panicked defenders. He ruthlessly sacked the legendary wealthy city, immediately establishing his absolute dominance over the region. His defeated enemies were so deeply traumatized they recorded him as an invincible, terrifying magician. They desperately believed he could literally transform himself into thin air, escaping bloody rebel assassinations. The terrifying African tyrant allegedly possessed dark mystical powers, completely blinding his absolutely terrified enemies. But his true terrifying magic was simply unmatched logistical brilliance and utterly ruthless military discipline. He violently besieged the magnificent wealthy city of Jen for exactly 7 long, agonizing years. When the completely starving city finally surrendered, he shocked the watching world with brilliant decisions. Instead of absolute bloody slaughter, he married their fierce queen and peacefully integrated their forces. This incredibly calculating political strategy immediately doubled the massive territorial size of his growing empire. He completely controlled all lucrative golden and salt trading routes across massive ancient West Africa. Sunni Ali Ber successfully transformed a minor river kingdom into the largest ancient African empire. He was deeply feared by strict Islamic scholars who heavily criticized his brutal, unorthodox methods. He absolutely refused bowing to foreign religious pressure, ruling entirely by his own terrifying rules. His incredibly loyal amphibious soldiers worshipped his brilliant tactical mind, gladly following him into hell. They dominated the massive Niger River so completely that no enemy ever dared crossing it. He relentlessly fought 30 major military campaigns and historically never lost a single bloody battle. His legendary undefeated streak firmly cemented his terrifying African legacy as an absolute war god. He completely proved that mastering the dangerous waterways was the ultimate key to absolute power. His brilliant naval innovations perfectly mirrored the elite tactical minds of history's legendary global conquerors. He boldly shattered unbreakable ancient traditions, forcefully building a magnificent new civilization from total chaos. The African continent learned a bloody lesson about the terrifying strength of an uncompromising tyrant. His deeply terrified enemies profoundly respected his unmatched tactical genius with absolute, lasting historical awe. They permanently preserved his legendary story as the greatest military threat their ancient world faced. He completely proved true victory often requires embracing absolute ruthlessness to secure massive imperial power. Modern history often deliberately ignores incredibly powerful African men who built massive ancient global empires. But the legendary emperor of Songhai still commands absolute respect in modern, truthful historical records. The glorious historic scholars will forever honor the brilliant tyrant who commanded absolutely ruthless wars. His legendary name still terrifies the historical military records of massive defeated ancient African enemies. He completely proved true leadership requires absolute fearlessness even when facing seemingly impossible military odds. His brilliant legacy remains forever cemented deep into the very rushing waters of the Niger. We must never allow the greatest historical achievements of Black African commanders to simply fade. He was entirely unbothered by the massive numbers and heavy weapons of his rival forces. When cowardly men hesitated, this magnificent tyrant drew a sword and demanded absolute, total submission. His incredibly loyal warriors completely sacrificed everything to fiercely establish their magnificent new African empire. The fearless African emperor stands eternally victorious over the broken ruins of massive rival arrogance. This immortal story desperately needs to be fully taught in modern schools all around humanity. He absolutely guaranteed their massive imperial legacy would proudly survive completely untouched for coming centuries. Sunni Ali Ber aggressively conquered the dark waters and forever etched his immortal name eternally. To discover more hidden historical legends, absolutely smash that subscribe button and keep watching now.